Alright, I feel like all introductions are out of the way now. Let's jump right in to actually starting to practice some of our new beliefs. And our new belief in our healing, which is actually going to come from within us, from within our thoughts and our feelings and our spiritual energy, and it's actually going to actually go right through our body. You're going to be able to feel it. You're actually going to be able to feel the healing, which is going to start right from within us. You might be able to feel it right in your chest, right in the chest, and that's actually gonna, that feeling is gonna actually come over you and flow right through your blood and your body, and the healing process is just gonna kind of move on from there. And you're gonna find that we're gonna be a lot happier over the next couple days as we do this, and we're gonna start this process. We're not gonna, this is not going to. If you're like I talked about before, if your arm's broken in 5 places and your bones are, falling off your shoulder, this is not going to instantly heal a condition such as this. Uh, any condition such as that does need to be probably addressed by a physical doctor, a doctor of physical medicine. But most, problems that we are having can be, uh, I don't want to say fixed because I don't want to make grand promises, which I'm not certain to deliver. But I can tell you one thing with absolute certainty, and I hope you believe me when I say this. This healing process is real, and this type of process has been proven sometimes to even heal diseases such as cancer, uh, people who were disabled, who could not walk, who again got out of their wheelchair and walked. And I am not going to deliver any type of promises such as this, because I do not want to disappoint. But I will tell you with absolute certainty that this process is real, and that it will help you, and that you will feel much better. And I really hope that you make this a lifelong process, because this can help you overcome the problems that you have. But to really make it last and make it worthwhile, you want to feel better for the rest of your life, not just today. You don't want to just feel better today or this week or this month even though that's nice sounding, isn't it? But we want to be healed for the rest of our lives, and that's absolutely possible. This is not just a pipe dream. I'm telling you, this is true. This healing process can affect you for the rest of your life, and I really hope that it does. So what you need to do is embrace this healing process and this idea as a new way of life. I'm not telling you you have to abandon your old way of life if you don't want to, but I'm telling you this is going to be an addition to your life that's going to help you. And I think once the ball is really rolling here, that you're going to want it to be part of your life for the rest of your life. You're gonna see a great benefit and change for the better. And one thing about change and pain and depression and hopelessness that I'd like to address really quickly is that it's difficult when you've been feeling that way for a while to remember what it's like to not feel that way and to be happy, or to remember that there at one time there was hope in your life, and that things weren't this bad. And it's hard to believe that it could ever stop. It's actually, in fact, an addiction in itself. Thinking in when you have been in pain for a significant amount of time, whether that's physical pain or emotional pain or spiritual pain or any type of pain, and if this happens for a while, it can become very difficult, in fact sometimes impossible, to tell the difference that things weren't always like this, or that they don't have to be like this. It can be very easy to just think there's no way out of this, or that this is the way things are and that they'll never change, or that this is the way things always were. Sometimes it's hard to even remember happiness or health at all. But this is, in fact, an addiction in itself. It's an addictive way of thinking, and it's not our fault that we get into these type of situations. It's just natural. When you're in pain for a long time, you begin to think that way. Your thoughts begin to turn to the negative and the darker side of thinking. And that can actually become a way of life where you just, instead of thinking positively about something and being happy about something, you look at the same thing and you think something horrible. And it just becomes an addictive way of thinking. And this can involve self-blame and guilt. It can be that you are become addicted to the feeling of blaming yourself. That my life isn't as good as it could have been, it's not as good as it could be, and that it's my fault I've done this and I need to punish myself. I need to keep thinking that I'm blaming myself and that it's my fault. This is an extremely addictive way of thinking, and it very significantly hinders your chances for healing. It closes that door. When you think in this way, it's an addictive way of thinking. Even if you got drunk last night and you woke up today, or even if you woke up today and you still have the same disease you did yesterday, or you woke up today and you still have no money, do not, and I cannot stress this enough. I'm not simply talking about positive thinking. I'm talking about the addiction to believing that our lives are bad. What we're going to do is actually start to have different expectations. We've been in this mind frame for so long that we now expect that this is the way that life is. We know, in fact, that something bad will happen and that we won't feel good. And we've been made to believe this. And so, of course, it eventually happens. We believe it so much and we're addicted to this painful way of thinking that we actually will manifest it in our lives. It's not terribly magical when this happens. You wake up with that bad attitude and bad things happen. Or that you just perceive that bad things are happening. Maybe they're not happening and you think they are. So, no matter what happened yesterday, no matter what happened 5 minutes ago, let's take a fresh perspective and we're going to expect that good things are going to happen. Keep that in mind. Try to keep that in mind the next 24 hours. That your life is changing. Your luck is changing. Your fortune is changing. Your health is changing. Your feelings are changing for the better. Instead of looking into the future and knowing that something bad is going to happen and that your life is bad, let's look into the future and we can see that it's changing now. The path that we were going down before, we are at a fork in the road. It was bad before. I'm not saying it wasn't. It was very bad before. But we have come to a point now where we have been on this road and we're going to be continuing, but we're at a fork in the road. This life is going to change now. We're going to take the way in the road that we wish it was. And from this point on, we are going to expect good things to happen. Now this can seem difficult and unnatural at first because we are addicted to that negative way of thinking. But things are changing now, and we're at a fork in the road, and we're going to move on down the path that we really want it to be like. And we're going to expect good things to happen because our luck is changing, our fortune is changing, our attitude is changing, our health is changing, in fact, for the better, and we're healing from the inside. Remember that feeling I talked about right in the middle of your chest? You might be able to actually feel that just a little bit and how it's actually spreading throughout your body. It kind of feels like it's flowing through your blood. That's actually healing energy, and it's your desire to do this, and you're listening to what we're talking about, and it's actually making a change in you. And this change is going to be lifelong if you want it to be. I'd like you to, I really hope that this helps you for your whole life. So allow that healing feeling to go through your body. Believe in it. You don't have to spend a whole lot of time thinking about it if you don't want to, but believe in that, and believe that we are going down this new fork in the road and that our fortune has changed now, that we can expect good things to happen from now on every day. Hope to see you in the next video.